if it's appropriate, I'd like to maybe ask him to come up and address some of the questions that were asked in regard to the starting salaries and maybe if there's any progress. And
legislators, good morning, and thank you for the opportunity. Just real quick, I wanted to address some of the issues that were raised by Captain Barry's presentation. Obviously, it's a great thing that we're seeing an increase in staffing. Our concern on a union level is to make sure that the new deputies coming in, that we retain them. One of the things we've seen, which is, to me, absolutely, it's scary to say the least. We have lost a deputy sheriff, went back to New York City. So we took the time to hire this person, train this person, went through our police academy, and that person made a decision to go back to New York City and drive 50, 60 miles further west than where he lives because of the salary that's in place now. So that's something that it truly is it's a situation that has to be addressed. And we also, coupled with that, have the looming FLSA issue that's still out there. It has not been addressed. And we are on the verge of having a new payroll system come into place. And if that were to happen, our deputies would suffer greatly. And it's unfortunate. And all of these issues were going to be addressed, with the body camera deal in terms of FLSA, and that stalled. And the reason that stalled was we introduced legislation to this body, and it passed 17-0, and that was for an accidental disability bill. The county executive's office told us that they were now seeking concessions for that bill. The cost of that bill was $340,000. This legislature made a decision to invest and protect our deputies. They're right there. And our opinion is we're not willing to give a concession to protect our officers. It's just the right thing to do. For perspective, $340,000. Today, 7 deputy sheriffs went to work and 7 Suffolk County police officers went to work. The difference in base pay between those 7 people is more than $340,000. So it's not about the money. That's just ridiculous. And there's no reason this deal can't be done. We were on the verge of having a draft MOA, and that's what was told to me, that we're not going to go forward on that. So that's where we stand.
Is finished?
I am. No more needs to be said on my behalf. Thank you, President Becker.
Just one question before I call on Legislator Donnelly. What is the pay in Suffolk and what is the pay in New York? What's the difference?
Well, that's one of the things is in New York City, they just got a substantial pay increase. So kudos to Mayor Adams for investing in their police officers, because they saw we have a crisis. Everyone was leaving New York City for other agencies. Some of them were just leaving law enforcement. They just said, I'm going to get a job elsewhere. So for the first time now, you have New York City police officers are making more than Suffolk County deputy sheriffs.
Okay.
So we now had an officer go back because he saw it made more financial sense in his opinion.
Do you know what that difference is roughly? That's
not off the top of my head,
okay,
but it is higher.
Sorry, I'm a numbers person.
No.
That's all. Okay. Legislator Donnelly.
I want to just make sure I'm hearing this right. So, because we took it was a procedural motion, I think, right, for the disability.
Correct.
They required adjoining, enabling New York State legislation. If I'm not, just kind of walk me through it, right? Is that
yes.
Good? And so the line of duty 3/4 is commensurate with other municipal police forces, NYPD, Nassau County PD, Suffolk PD, that an police officer injured in the performance of duties in the line of duty and is deemed he can't work anymore, he's unfit for full law enforcement duties, is entitled to 3/4 of the last year's salary. That's good. Am I correct? in
Correct.
My analysis here?
Right, and this is, it's an accidental disability, it's not a performance of duty, but this does keep us in line with our counterparts here in the county and elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, I don't, but it's pretty straightforward within state legislation, like it's state legislation. It's, the state troopers get it, right? It's, I don't, and so I just want to be sure I was hearing this right. So the Deputy Sheriff's Association was being told that there had to be a concession for that? Is that a true statement?
Yeah, so it was said to me that this should have been brought up during the body camera negotiations, and there should have been a concession for it. But it's our contention that we went through the proper venue. This is state legislation, and that required a home rule message, and we brought it to the county legislature, which it was approved.
I'm sorry that you guys are going through that, because that's really, you know, I don't want to comment more that it's not appropriate, like, for that to be considered as part of a contractual negotiation for carrying extra equipment. I'm really sorry that you have to go through that. I don't know what to say. Like, maybe they should look at state law. I hope you can get this rectified. I don't know what else to say other than I feel like I've let you guys down. I think the other legislators do, that we haven't been able to push this ball forward to get both the starting salary adjusted, the body camera stuff adjusted. It's really very unfair to the deputies that are out there. And, you know, I hope the next county executive can take it on if this county executive can't get it done. Thank you.
Thank you for your support. I appreciate it.
Legislator Kennedy.
Hello, Mr. President. How are you today?
I've been better. Thank you.
I just want to get this on the record. I am aware of the situation. I feel that deputy sheriffs certainly need a living wage and adequate staffing, since you take care of violence, potentially dangerous evictions, but most of all the domestic violence cases. And that is a great danger in there, and you're not even making a living wage. How long have you been negotiating this?
The body camera issue has been going on for years.
Correct.
And has yet to be addressed.
Yeah,
And certainly, you know,
the salary
the
issues.
PBA, SOA have reached agreements without issue.
It just should be noted that that's the case. I was going to bring that up, but you said it for me. That is the case. I don't understand why. I apologize too. We should have forced, although we can't, and the next county executive will probably end up dealing with this, because I don't see any movement, which is sad. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Legislator Fleming.
Thank you. Just a quick question. Hi, Mr. Becker. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. So just quickly, we heard the presentation with regard to the evictions. And, you know, there are very serious safety concerns. The safety concerns continue to increase as we see incidents across the country. And people are crazier now, it seems. I hate to say it, but it seems specifically everyone we hear from says the same. So question with regard to, you know, you're talking about the negotiations and we're aware of the disparity, you know, in starting salaries amongst departments. But with regard to the body cameras, your membership, if you could speak on behalf of your membership with regard to your position on the body cameras, just relative to the safety concerns that we heard of today. Can you just speak to that briefly? Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Our position from the DSPBA is we support it. I think it's an excellent tool. I think it's going to, you know, from the perspective of indemnification of officers, I think it's going to help us with complaints because 99.9% of the time, it's going to show that the deputies are doing a fantastic job in their dealings with the public. So we're behind it 1,000%. I think it also offers a fantastic training opportunity to go back and look and see what things could be done better. So it's all the municipalities are moving forward with it for this very reason, because it helps in litigation, it helps in training purposes. I think it's end up being a great tool.
Well, I appreciate that, and I think that's another way that we can support what's happening in the negotiations to continue to express our support for moving forward with body cameras, especially in light of the safety issues that we heard from today. So,
Thank you.
And good luck. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate